Hi, I'm Foronda.
Hi, I'm Angel. I'm an artist.
I am currently teaching English to Japanese students.
Hi, I'm Alma.
My name is Niccolo. I'm a photographer.
I'm a journalist.
And I'm a vegetarian.
And occasional poet.
Hi, I'm Kim.
I am godless, atheist, free thinker.
My name is Vince.
I'm involved in lay pastoral ministry.
I'm a poet and a critic.
I do believe that an excess in everything is not a good thing.
Because gravity.
I like reading books and I love philosophy.
And I'm a unicorn.
As long as I'm cute, I'm okay with that.
Other than that,
Very interested in hearing people's story.
I have no other labels or identifiers for myself, so I don't know.
I believe in truth, at least I will when I find it.
Maybe I'm just me.
And welcome to our show. This is it's our 7th episode or something like that. I don't really care.
Hanging loose now.
But this is our last season. Yay! I'm so happy. So today we're going to talk about coming out as your authentic self. As your authentic self. I think that,
You know, when you say authentic, it reminds me of cuisine.
Cuisine, right?
Yeah, authentic Chinese
Right.
cuisine, authentic Filipino
Right.
cuisine, yeah.
Well, real self. Because I think people usually tend to show something else before their
When
real
they try to
self.
put their best foot
Whatever is they think socially acceptable
Right.
version of themselves. Yeah.
So when's the right timing to actually come out?
Yeah, when do you come out?
When do you come out?
Do you have to come out?
Well, that's another
That's
possible
another
question.
question.
Well, why do you have to answer me with another question?
You could ask it
Is this your
later.
first time here or something?
Oh, sorry, we have a special guest. We have Vinni.
And we have Marty.
Yeah. Vinni's only 21 years old.
Millennials
I
represent.
know. I'll be killing him later. And then we have Marty. Where did you come from, Marty?
She came from Tengco.
So this is Kim Tengco's daughter. And Kim is not here because Father Kim is in the church.
He's doing religious things. That's true. Yes.
So what are the things that we don't want people to see
About us.
during our first meeting?
Our failures or
our regrets.
Misery.
our imperfection.
Yeah, that's true. Our regrets, maybe.
Can I say age?
Yes. I don't care about my age because I don't look my age yet.
Lucky girl.
But it's not all about how you look. It's about what you feel.
Yeah,
No,
you have to
say
remember
that.
what Angel said
You
before.
say that, but in reality, people judge you by the way you look
Yes.
before they talk to you.
That is
Unfortunately, that's how it is.
Yeah, that's true. Rules
Right.
I mean,
That's
I'm
right.
not saying I necessarily do, but at some point in time, we've all done it, and the majority of the society does.
Yes, that's
If you don't wear that outfit, you're a bum. If you don't look this way, you're not worthy being spoken to. It's just,
Or if you wear your clothes in an odd way, you're scary.
yeah, you're
Right.
weird.
So are we all guilty about putting on a
Biases or
different,
boxes.
a different
Yeah.
personality?
Yes.
Well, I don't think I'd call it a different personality. I'd say you show part of yourself and maybe it's
more-
like testing the ground.
Right.
Here, is this person gonna find this nice? Oh, he likes that. Maybe a little more. You know, it's you're in the getting to know you
Right.
game, and you don't want to overwhelm them because you can't eat a sandwich by swallowing it whole.
Right.
So it's the same rule with getting to know people
Yeah, but
and
there's a difference. There's
showing them who you are.
There's a difference though between having like social cues and being sociable to
Yes.
being you with your own opinion, standing up for what you believe in, saying what you think and feel instead of like, oh, will I be accepted if I say that? Or oh, if I act this way, will they? You know what I mean? There's completely different. That's two different stories. You know what I mean?
I don't necessarily hide who I am. I mean, the first time you met me, that was, this is me, and yeah, that's me.
But you test the ground, really.
I tested the ground by,
accept you.
okay, will they mind if I'm really loud? That was why you heard me before you saw me.
So you have to judge people first.
Not judge, but see what their reaction to you will be. I don't think it's judgmental because I'm not in a space where I judge people when I meet them. It's more like, what's acceptable to you because I have to communicate with you because that's part of getting to know a person.
Yeah, like for example, when I saw Vinny, I thought it was foreign, to be honest. Because of
Me too. Foreign?
yeah, when I just heard the voice.
Oh,
It's
because of
the
his fake accent?
No, he looked Japanese.
Actually,
He looked Japanese.
when I saw Vinny, I just liked his trench coat.
Yeah.
Therefore, he's British.
Yeah.
No,
So
if
tell
he,
me
if
about-
he leaves that if he leaves that trench coat lying somewhere, it's gonna disappear. And I didn't take it. I really didn't take it. No, I didn't take it.
It's possible to have many personalities, but not necessarily have to be schizophrenic. Right.
Yeah, it's possible to have depth and many facets.
Yes.
Right.
Because
So we
no
put on
person
the-
is one-dimensional.
Right. That's so deep.
Oh, yes, it's like beneath my feet. But yeah, diba? Nobody's one-dimensional.
Right.
And you have days when you're happy and you're nice, and you have days when you're not happy
You're
and
bitchy.
you're definitely not nice. Right? So it really depends. It's not really probably withholding yourself so much as it just so happens that in this situation, this is how you are. This is your moment. This is what you are at the moment, and this is what they see.
Yeah.
But who was that who said it takes a lifetime to get to know a person?
I don't know.
Someone said that, and it's very wise.
But the thing is, there are biases, really, and you can't avoid that. Like people just, that's you, and without even explaining, and even breathing a word.
Yeah.
So being authentic means being okay with whatever anyone says. I think that's where I'm at in this conversation. It's like we all have to be socially acceptable to a point. Like I can't be all crazy every time I go outside, but am I being real when like I make life-changing decisions that aren't really acceptable to a majority?
Did you have anything that you
Yeah.
feel like that was not
Since you brought
acceptable?
that
I'm just saying from personal experience, like I've gone through a lot of things where I've made some decisions that weren't acceptable in my community. And that's when I realized like I wasn't being my authentic self because now I'm making decisions to appease a majority than to appease me. And that's, I think, where I'm at when I'm speaking about coming out of the closet. Because come on, like, I dress up when I go outside. I talk a certain way to this group and a different way to this group because that's just social,
and that's how they comprehend you best.
Exactly. But I'm talking about, like, the stuff where, the things you don't want to say inside because you're afraid people will look at you differently for the things you stand for, or the scary decisions you have to make that no one will understand and they'll call you names because you get it. Those are the closet stuff that I take away from this conversation.
Anything you want to add to that?
Well, ever since I was like really as young as I can remember, I've always been kind of outcasted from the rest of the group, even though I was trying my best to be normal. That's why ever since That's why ever since I told myself, fuck that, I'm not going to speak in an American accent, I'm going to speak this way. So that kind of actually stemmed from that mentality when I was like growing up, and then I was like, while everyone was talking about the basketball game, I was geeking about Spider-Man, or like Hulk, or I was like geeking about Star Wars, where everyone's talking about the new 50 Cent album. And then while everyone's talking about 50 Cent, I'm talking about Ramones. So, something like that. Ever since I can remember, I've always, even though I didn't try to be different, I've always been defaultly different.
Yeah.
That's
I
why.
get that. No, totally. I think that's what I'm. Yeah, that's within the realms.
But I feel like you're living in a different world.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's great.
But it's great.
Don't you think that if everybody is exactly the same, can you just imagine how bored we'd be?
Right.
Of course. Yes,
Really?
we are.
Yeah, we totally understand each other. Like we wouldn't need language anymore. But
like pointing.
and
And,
then no.
I got it.
Yeah.
I think we're
And that's a
all weird.
conversation. But the thing is, that's so sad. And when people see you're different, especially little kids, that's when the wanting to fit in starts. You start school. And you go like, Mom, I want a Spider-Man lunchbox because everybody like has a Spider-Man lunchbox. But like Vinny, I guess I was the kid who never fit in,
I agree.
and I stopped trying by like the 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Oh.
And several bloody noses later, not mine.
Theirs.
But when you get to that point where my dad sat me down because I was crying and they pick on me because I get better grades. They pick on me because I have better English. They pick on me because I can't understand why they like those girly things. I grew up in a house full of boys. I mean, come on, my environment did not make me a good candidate for homogeneity. And my dad just sat me down and he said, But the people who love you just the way you are.
Yeah.
It's just that you're too strange for the people who don't know you yet.
Yes.
So give it to them in small doses. Don't jump in their
Overwhelm
face
them.
and overwhelm them because they don't know what to do with you in the first place. You're already strange looking.
Okay.
And I look at my dad and I go, I'm like, your only living daughter and you're calling me strange looking. And he goes, live with it, I'm your dad. Guess where you got it from?
We're lucky because the thing is, what if, for example, you're in the circumstance when even your own parents won't accept you? What are you going to do about it? How will you come out? Because there's no guidance to.
Yeah.
And you're on your own. Who will guide you? You can't guide yourself because basically, who's going to tell you, oops, not going to play? Oh, here, don't worry, this is all right. No one's going to do that for you. Who will? Who can people, let's say, like, who can they rely to when, for example, there's not even a single parent or sibling or anybody there, even a
To help
teacher,
you
and
through it?
there.
Well, I think just because of my overly artistic attitude and whatnot, I think, well, my parents say they accept me, but I just think they tolerate me.
Yeah,
That's the same thing with
My mom didn't understand.
What's the difference between tolerance and acceptance?
Acceptance is an active thing. Tolerance is okay, can't help it, but okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, my mom
Just
put
wanted
it in
to
a
get that
very
clear.
prosaic but unflattering way because all of us are children and there are 4 of us alive who just never fit in any way. And she just looks at us and she goes, oh, well, I gave birth to you and you're my kids and whether or not you're like that, I love you anyway. But you know what? If you want to be that way, you better decide consciously that you accept yourself because it's such a sad thing when you can't accept yourself. And I don't have children who can't accept themselves.
Yeah.
And she walks off and I'm like, oh, she laid that on me. She just laid that on me.
Acceptance and tolerance, for me, acceptance is celebrating and embracing. Tolerance is, yeah, like you said, yeah, well, okay, I won't fight
Whatever.
it, but mentally I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm seeing a lot of parallelism with LGBT coming out.
Yeah.
You know, with what you're saying, although it's a different context, but it's the same formula.
It's the same closet.
It is.
Same
Yeah.
closet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I have a cousin who was a choir boy and was ideal son until he turned 18.
Ideal.
Really the ideal son. And then he goes home to his mom and he's the only son. And they're one each, one boy, one girl. And he starts off the story by saying, I made my mother cry twice. First I told her I was gay. And when she stopped crying, which is the next morning, I told her I was an atheist.
Oh, ouch.
And I'm like, and you're still alive? And he goes, yeah, because she decided she only has one son, what the heck? And it took my aunt a really long time to accept that he was the way he chose to be.
Yeah.
See, the way you are is a product of both environment and how you're raised and your internal wiring, but the end result of that combination is what you decide it's going to be.
Yeah, it's all about.
So yeah.
Hey, you're so quiet.
I know, right?
Yeah, and me?
I'm just absorbing everyone.
No, you have to. You
Drink
have
some more
to.
vodka.
That is not vodka.
Booze!
But it took me a while to actually accept. Well, that got me really depressed.
Yeah.
Accepting myself as
What
as
is yourself?
as an atheist.
Oh, okay.
As
We were talking. That was
yeah,
you.
exactly. It's
You were that boy. She's now a girl. Amazing.
Of course, you were raised as a God-fearing person. You know, I mean, the Catholic.
It's
I
your
agree.
programming.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's true.
I went, of course, came from a nunnery and then Christian.
Nunnery. Oh my
And
God.
I studied the Bible, so I read the whole thing, and I
thing.
found out that, I thought Jesus was special. That thing that happened to Jesus, it was just him. Apparently, of all the olden stories from the Norse mythology to the Greek mythology and everything of all the religions.
That his story said is not very unique.
It's not very
Exactly.
unique.
The virgin, the one who, bring out the child.
The
and
Isis
really
and
miraculous.
Horus.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow. So, all right. It, like in my face. And I'm like, how would I actually know if this is the real one, right? So I fell apart to a point that where am I going to hold on to now? So
It's like your values just lost all their connection to what grounded you.
yeah, because I thought Jesus was special. He's the only one who's like that. But no, So, all right. So I leaned towards this science. So that's who got me really still, grounded. Like I'm chill, I'm sane, I'm right.
When everything falls.
Yeah. Do that again. Do that. I love it.
So wait. When I come out and I say I'm atheist, people in this country would say, "Oh my God, you're Satanist."
Yeah.
It is such a different thing,
Right.
you know, because Satan is a deity, and you have to say, "I love Satan."
Yeah.
I love Satanist.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Atheist is non-void.
hey Lord Satan and all that.
Atheist. I think I think in every person that needs to come out in whatever they're going through, we need to fall apart first, because then that's the opportunity.
Yeah, you
Right.
break down all the crap.
'cause that's exactly. 'cause
And
then
only
that's-
once, break down several times.
Yeah, and that's the opportunity to build the person you want to be, you know, and then that's the point of what am I going to be now? Am I going to be my authentic self or continue to charade or whatever?
And you need a support system all the
And I
time.
think it's also part of the process of finding who you are,
Yeah.
who your authentic self is.
Yeah.
And
Because
find-
you're not born knowing yourself.
Yeah,
I mean, don't we wish?
I think you were trying to say
Yeah, you
something.
said
Yeah,
yeah, sorry.
So you're allowed to interrupt us. Go.
Because I was like thinking about it, about falling down over and over again. I have to admit, it was also because the reason why I started, when I was like 13, I started going on punk rock, I started going on to heavy metal, and then I started defying all the shit that was being thrown at me in school, was probably because I was also a product of bullying. Because, yeah, of course, because I wasn't like the usual smart kid one day. I was actually failing, and I was actually excelling more in my hobbies. But then I realized I could actually do this well. And yeah, I think you really have to say fall down so that you can be able to pick up what you want to bring with yourself.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about pain and desperation that makes you make these deciding moments.
Yes,
you know,
that's true.
who am I gonna be? What am I gonna stand for? You know what I mean? And
That's
Start questioning yourself.
Probably, I think it has something to do with trying to clear your mind, because when
Yeah.
you're always happy, you're always clouded.
Yeah.
Someone gives you bad news and you're like, fuck off.
Yes.
Someone
No,
says
no,
like,
I'm pathetic.
It's like
and
how
fuck
do you
off.
purify gold? You put the gold ore in a crucible, and you subject the gold to temperatures that are so high there's a heat haze over the crucible, and the impurities get burned off. But think of it this way: if gold could feel, could you just imagine how dead the gold would be after that? So it's a lot of the time the pain drives lessons home that you wouldn't learn otherwise,
Right.
and that you will not forget because you associate pain with the lesson.
So yeah.
There are two ways of learning. You learn when you learn out of fun and happiness and joy, and you learn from the pain. Now, joy and fun and happiness, you want to repeat that
yeah.
because joy and fun and happiness.
Yeah.
All right? And pain is, no, I'm not doing that again. Yeah, my hand doesn't go on top of that burning stove again. Right?
So yeah.
And you
it's-
need both.
Yeah.
It's like after pain, something happens to you and you are ghost.
How did one of my friends who's into a certain fetish put it? I like getting spanked because the endorphin rush afterwards is so great.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. And I had to listen to this. It wasn't toleration, but
Yeah.
you do realize that this person was pretty much opening up to me. And I'm like,
You just have to listen.
okay. And she goes, so are you into pain? No, I'm into rope and handcuffs.
Okay.
Wow. So yeah, but you get to that point where you are willing to share an honest bit about yourself because someone put something on the table, took a risk, and trusted you.
But wait, I want to know.
But then
I
there's
mean,
stronger.
were you always, honest with everyone?
No.
Or it took you some
I'm never honest.
But isn't that the honest you? You're never honest.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
See, authenticity is not about
No, no, like,
honesty.
how do I even explain it? I can't even explain it.
I mean, when was the first time you actually told them, or you didn't actually tell them?
Oh, when he came out?
Oh,
Yeah.
coming out as what? As a human being?
No, that
Did you
was
ever
when
come
you
out
were
as
born.
I'm a woman?
No, you come out as a human being when you're born. Someone's pushing you.
Well, there was a because my reality of who I was given to me by my family that you will become a priest.
You really?
Yeah, but then through time you realize that's not really what I wanted to be. Or that's not
You're
really
a nun, he's a
who
priest.
I am.
I know.
I know that's right. I totally can relate to this.
Strange.
To this bitch. Anyway, so there's a lot of self-discovery, and you're right with what you said about falling apart and then picking up the pieces again. I always compare myself and ourselves with a jar because you can't fill it up when it's full. So there was a lot of ideas that was fed to me by society, by religion, by school, and I was a very filled jar. So I had to empty myself, but the whole emptiness was very confusing and depressing. That's why we go through depression because it's confusing. When you're empty, you don't know what to feel. And you go through that suicidal state or whichever. But I think that the feeling of emptiness is one of the most beautiful feeling ever.
Because
You know what I mean?
therein lies potential.
Yeah.
Because then you will feel that there's more for us to learn. And the acceptance that we can still learn.
Well, it's basically like how the Romans ate back then. They would eat so much,
Until they gorged
and then they would
themselves,
grab, and then when they feel like they're also full, they would grab some feathers, empty
Tickle
their
their
stomachs,
tongues,
and then
Because it's
start
a one
eating
Resume
again.
eating.
It's a one-week thing, right?
Isn't that
The
what
Chinese also did that. They do that for the 24 to 28 course laureates and the 32 course laureate, the
Oh,
imperial
right.
laureate.
Oh, that's another topic.
I think
That's
that's
another
I think
topic.
it's- I think
It's the
that's
literal
I think
sense.
it's too much when you induce it.
Yeah.
I think it should come naturally.
Naturally, yes.
Or it
Organic.
should be.
It's not
It
like
should just
it's
come
not
at
like
the time when you really need it.
Well, I think that happens to situations where we don't have that supportive parent, where we don't have that role model to help us make these decisions,
Right.
right? That's why while my kids are young, I'm trying to instill all that optimism and open thinking, right?
Yes.
Because I never had that. I was told to either be this or that, or
Yes.
you're not worth
Yeah,
it.
and
Yes,
I'm
yes.
sure you
And
do.
be this and be that.
Yeah, I was told this is how a girl is. She wears skirts, really.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
Oh
You know,
my
but the thing
God.
is, my approach to becoming who I wanted to be was to just shove my way through. It was a battle of wills.
yeah, or even what connotates of being a good person, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you need to, and for real, fall apart, empty out your jar, and find thoughts for yourself. Make your own convictions, make your own decisions of
Right.
what
and your own beliefs.
your own beliefs of what is a good person,
Yeah.
what is me, what is
Then be firm with it. And
Yeah.
Then to how they say no, you're not.
Yeah,
wrong.
once
Just
you've made
really
that
believe in
decision,
it.
you stick by
Right.
it.
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
when you
if
get to
I'm
that
weird, I wanna be
point, like
weird or whatever.
everything that everyone says doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I love calling that
Yeah.
the point of I don't care.
No. But
Because at some point, yes, you should care about the people around you, but you should not care about them so much that you do not care about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or do
Right?
not-
Okay, we talked about Jesus. He said, love one another as I love you.
Okay.
Right?
I just say take whatever's good that's helpful for you
Yeah,
and roll
that's
with
true.
it.
Yeah.
Roll with
Well,
whatever.
Okay,
works for
I'm
you.
curious.
When I was growing up, both me and my brother was actually he's actually the atheist of the family, and then ever since he was growing up, my parents would keep saying we're right because we're older, and then my brother actually told this to me that this is why he doesn't believe that was because okay, if I kill my parents, who's gonna be right? Grandparents. If I kill the grandparents, who's gonna be right? My aunts and my whoever is. So if I kill them, all of them, whoever's older than me, and I told my younger brother that what I did was right because I'm older, does that mean it's right?
Yeah. Yeah. There's much more.
Yeah, it's as flawed an argument as might makes right. Just because you can beat me up doesn't mean that you are correct.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. Force is something that some people have and some people don't.
Yeah, that's true.
But truth, that is something that will never be false, right? No matter how much force you apply.
Yeah, that's true.
So, okay, I'm curious. What was the most difficult thing about yourself to admit first to yourself and then to share with someone else?
I think this should be our final statement since we only have 5
Okay.
minutes left. So let's end it with that. So what
Yeah.
was it?
What was the most difficult aspect of your person to admit to yourself, to accept, to embrace, and to share with someone else?
Wow, that's a lot.
Okay, I think she's the only one who can answer that.
Okay, wait. Okay, I can
Okay,
start off with that one. That it's always difficult to actually break in people to believe in my idea of science. You know, not everyone would actually believe in that. That you know, there's a vast of greatness out there to discover. They're like, yeah, God made that. So like, I'm explaining where we all came from. They're not going
You're
to
like,
actually
there's
accept
something
that.
called the Big Bang Theory.
Exactly. And then they're going to say it's just a theory. It's not really, you know. They don't understand what theory is, so they're thinking it's not real. They're just inside your
Theory
head.
is not proven.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Theory is not proven. So it's so poetic to actually, you know, quote, you know, Carl Sagan on, we are all star-stuff. It is true that we all came from the universe, you know. Everything in your body's been forged from a dying star. And if you're going to align that with religion, that is so true that, yeah, I mean, the whole it's celestial.
Maybe it's just a different way of looking at it, right?
Exactly. So it's not that easy to actually tell them those things because they're going to say, you know, we believe in other things.
Yeah, then they go next topic. Yeah.
Exactly, that's so true. So that's the difficult part there. And then they're going to ask you, where do you get your morality? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's another thing there.
Yeah.
So there. Yeah, that's.
Well, for me, I think it was more like accepting that I actually have skills. Because my mother never believed in me, and my father, I'm sorry, Dad, you never believed in me too.
Oh, big revelation.
Because the thing is, parents will have this expectation, and you can only do so much.
Yeah.
I had to find myself. I had to ask people who would support me to tell me, oh, Marty, actually, you could talk. You could inspire. You could teach. Because it was more like, you have to teach because you need to earn this money and you need to support me. That's what my mom said. And then with my dad said, you have to finish because it's the requirement in life. You need to graduate. Nobody told me, you know, you have skills. Enhance it. It's like with special
That's what
children.
school is for.
Because with special children, you don't say you have to learn how to write. You have to learn how to eat this way. No. Whatever skills they have, you maximize it. That's what special education is. That's what it is. You maximize the skills they have. That's what I wanted. I wish someone did that to me. There was none. I didn't have any guidance. I got guidance from the wrong places until I met groups of friends recently with Romancing Venus and all that. And then, oh, so I have skills. People accept me for who I am. And actually, there are more skills. I should not deny it. I could try it, work on it, and I don't need to be a graduate to find a job. Really. I could use my skills for whatever. So, wow. Well, thank you. Thank you, universe. Thank you, well, there.
Vince? Vinny. Sorry.
Vince's replacement.
Yeah. That's the one thing I have a hard time accepting. Sometimes my memory just hangs on me. Okay,
Go. We're like,
Vinny.
Well, the one thing that I really have a hard time accepting is that it's gonna be so boring to actually speak this way. I never go back to speaking this way unless I'm playing a role, but alright, fuck that, I'm just gonna speak like this.
Fuck, that is fine. I
Very Scottish in you.
like the brogue. Go ahead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Proceed.
well, there's a lot. I mean, but I know we have like 10 seconds left.
Yeah, like one.
Yeah, two thoughts. One is, it was hard for me to accept and come out with my concept of what happiness was because I was trained that comfort and stability was happiness, but not necessarily so. And another thing that I learned to accept, which the great wise Dr. Seuss told me, is be yourself because those who matter will care and those who care don't matter. And I learned that the hard way, and it's very true.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
Wow. Here.
You
first, I'm not close.
Okay, fine. What I found really hard to accept about myself was that I was short and you couldn't grow taller. Really, seriously, because it was a hard road to self-possession. I think I started at like 3 or 4 years old because I knew I was strange way back then. So I had a lot of practice. But the fact that I cannot change being short.
Yeah.
Yeah, that still
We can do it.
bites.
That's how
When
it
people
feels.
look at me and they go, "Shorty," I'm like, "Oh yeah? How many bones do you want broken this time?" I really have a hard time not reacting to that.
Okay.
Okay.
How about you?
Well, I came from a very strong religious-oriented family, a very artistic family, and very strong personalities, and it was very hard for me to actually get out of the shadows of my father or the whole family, the whole clan. When they hear the last name or whichever, then I'm almost attached to that. So it took me a while to actually get myself out of it. But so I think I grew up a very strong person, and that's the thing that I always put out there. I have a strong personality. But what's hard for me to accept is that I'm actually very weak, and I'm not going to cry right now. I'm actually very weak. But it's something that I have to cover up with. The way I talk, the way I present myself. I'm not weak. I've had many years in seeing psychologists and psychiatrists and taking medications and stuff like that. But it took a while to just really come out of the shell and just be myself. And but I will always be afraid of vagina. I think vaginas are scary. One of the scariest things God has ever created. But I think that all of us. I know my mom. She was cesarean. No, I was conceived by the Holy Spirit.
That's how you were assembled, my love.
I think that all of us, we all have our inner vaginas. So inner vaginas. You know what I mean? It's our core because we all came from that.
Yeah, but honey, last I checked,
whenever we fall apart and crumble, we hold on to our inner vaginas. Thank you so much.